Every day, 6.5 million journeys are taken on London's buses, more than the rest of Britain combined. Keeping things running smoothly requires a vast fleet of more than 8,500, and each year they pump around 600,000 tonnes of CO2 into the atmosphere. While hybrid and hydrogen buses have been helping to clean up the air for a number of years, it's only now that all-electric buses are getting their first trials in the capital.
This trial is going to run until the end of this particular bus contract, and that will give us enough time to work out how they perform the rigours of the London drive cycle, which is quite punishing for a bus, and if they're delivering the kind of monetary savings that we hope they will do. And you can imagine it's going to hit three birds with one stone if this works. We're going to have fewer carbon emissions, we're going to have fewer air pollution emissions, and also save the London tax and fare payers some money. So there are real potential benefits for this, and we hope these two buses will prove the case so that we can roll out by 2020 hundreds of these across central London.
It's just two to begin with. They'll be joining the 507 and 521 routes, which have been carefully selected to get the most out of them.
The two routes that run from this garage are very peak orientated routes that we will actually have some downtime in the day where we can fast charge them. To start with, we're going to trial them going out in the morning peak, coming back in, putting them on charge, then them going back out in the evening peak and see what the charging levels are like at the end of the day, and then we'll charge them overnight, obviously, on a long charge.
They've been designed by the Chinese firm BYD, which has already built electric buses for a number of cities around the world. It says they have both the range and the reliability to survive the punishing workload in London.
This bus will be able to drive 250 kilometers per single charge. The most important part of an electric bus is the battery. We're using a lithium-ion battery. It gives you high cycle life because the bus is expected to be running on the road for 8 to 10 years. Extremely safe. We have gone through puncture tests, crush tests, and burn tests. Nothing will happen to these batteries, as well as being able to deliver a very good range for the bus.
These buses will now head out onto the streets around Waterloo to serve some of the busiest commuter routes going in and out of the station. But what do the people who will be actually using them think about the buses?
If they're electronic and it's saving the environment, that's probably for the best. But my biggest concern is just getting to work.
A lot of emissions are damaging the world, so I think although I might not realise the difference, it is doing something to help. There's no preference for me, but at least I know they're doing something to work towards making the world a better place.
You'd think it would be just the same as any other bus, just not. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't got electric buses already, to be honest.
I need to get to work on time, I'd get the normal bus, but if I knew the electric one was going to get there, I'd go on that.
If they're to become a common sight on the streets of London, perhaps the best thing they can do is go completely unnoticed. Tom Grimwood, Energy Live News, Central London.